let's turn this into this.
Now, why would you need LED lights? The real question is, why wouldn't you want these LED lights? They look badass, especially when riding at nighttime. The reason why I like them, because they make me very visible at night, especially when I bring up the wheel. I'm able to be seen a little bit better. So without further ado, I got this little easy way to install these. Let's install these.
Obviously, you're gonna need these. I got these on Amazon. They're motorcycle LED bars. I'll link everything in the description below. As you can see, just a bunch of LED strips. They also come with like a little wireless toggle, so you get to change the colors, change the mood patterns and everything. Really nice, really nice. It comes with this receiver, so these can work together. And yeah, there's not much to it. The next thing is the battery. So what I'm doing for this specific setup is I'm keeping the power source separate from the original big battery that I have. Right, I put the little Shy logo on it. That's funny, but this is just a regular 12-volt battery, rechargeable, that I got from Amazon. Again, link everything below. They come with this, but we won't be using this. I'm gonna get to that right now. And that's where these come in. So these are 12-volt male and female connector. So what we're going to do is basically splice them into the current connectors of these lights right here. I'll definitely show you shortly. And for me, personally, the one of the most important ones is this guy, the Sealtube connectors. Now these come in a pack, but currently I just have these two because that's all you'll really need. But the packs you can find on Amazon, they come like $25, they're like $10. They come in different sizes. I like to go for the red ones because they fit into these sizes individually. As for any installation touching this dirty bikes, you're gonna need some gloves, boom, a heat gun for these to be able to use these seal connectors, so it melts the solder, connects the wires, amazing stuff. And of course, wire cutter, along with, if preferable, wire strippers. Essentially, this is what all you're gonna need. I'm gonna just give you a quick run around of what I'm gonna do and then show you how to install them. That's dirty. So essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the battery pack, I'm gonna put it in this area right here. Having a seat extender on a Surron gives you like this space. I put a little pouch, I put my battery in there. Some people tape it to the top like I used to. Some people tape it to the side. Some people even go for the length to even put it under here. It is up to you, but just know it needs to be connected if you want to use it. If you want to connect it to the battery, do as you please, but just viewer discretion. Decide to do that. Everything will be liable to you. I'm not recommending you can do that. I like to use a separate battery just because if the battery just, you know, tweaks or it gets wet or whatever, it just messes up the battery, not the big boy. So anyways, we're gonna take the wire, we're gonna have it run back here. I like to put my connector, we'll glue it right here, and then throughout the bikes we'll start putting LED lights, right? All the wires are gonna be bunched up here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like take a little plastic here. This is what I used last time. Now I think this is actually very important, but it's actually non-viable. Like this is like a fender that came with the Surron, as you can see. So I cut it up with like literally like baby scissors, and I made sure that, you know, it's cuffed like this. So essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it up here, and all the wires are gonna be hanging here. I take zip ties and then just push it up. It'll keep it nice and flush. So definitely get yourself something like that. If not, then I would just get like a nice, you know, fender plastic piece and just cut up and get crazy, or you could even use cardboard, but I wouldn't recommend that. Definitely try to get like a fender and cut it up or something. Or if you want, just put all the wires in here. Up to you, you get creative. This is how I'm doing it. So my plan is to put LEDs, put it in here, maybe one under here, definitely of course underneath here, maybe one in there, and then one in the bottom right here. And if you learn something, if you get some use out of this, let me know. If you have any questions, comment down below. the first thing you want to do before obviously putting it in your bike is to test it, right? So what we're going to do is that we have the lights here. All of these lights are branched and coming through. They're asking for 12 volts on this area. So this is the guy that we're going to connect it to, right? It's going to get its power, its information, right? You're going to connect it like this, and it's going to get its information from this. So this will tell it to turn on. Sorry, this will tell this box to turn on, to do this, to do that, but it needs power. So what you have here is the red power wire and the black ground wire. Obviously, the red power wire, if anything goes wrong, it's going to blow up this little fuse in the middle, right? It's nothing to be danger of. But this is where the important part comes out. So what I'm going to show you, and I'm going to thoroughly explain what you're going to do, is that you see we have two male and female wires, right? So obviously the male is the one we're going to use. They come in a pack. You can use them to get creative. We don't actually really need this. So what we're going to need is to plug this in and then turn it on. But there's no power. Obviously there's nothing to be connected to. Now, if you guys want to see to do it, I'm going to show you how these will turn it on. So you can obviously connect the red with the red, and then the red with the red, and the black with the black. Oh my god, nothing's happening. That's because you have to ask it to turn it on. Now you see it's turned on. I'm gonna send the controller, or as you see, change. Oh, I gotta let go. What you're gonna want to do is gonna take this. Gonna take the seal connector. Very important. You're gonna carefully straighten this out. Put it in the tube. Just put it all the way, and then bring it down, exposing the wire. It's a little bit tight, but it's okay. Same thing with this, with the ground, till it's exposed. See, look, it got a little messed up. Boom, clear it up. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go near a power source so I can use our heat gun, and then I'll show you how I do it. Bam. Guys, I hope you guys can see this right, but what we're gonna do is, now that we're here, I got my heat gun ready to go, connected. What I like to do is obviously connect the red to the red and the black to the black. But what you do is that, this is what I like to do. I hope the camera can catch this. Kind of like a little hand. And then you do the same thing for this part. Open it up like a little hand. Now if you don't want to do all this, you can just close them together, twist them, call it a day. But this is how I like to do them. Kind of like cross them over here. Right? Make sure you don't get pricked or like poked. So you push down, slowly push down, and then just start twisting. Okay, slowly start twisting, start pushing it, and make sure it's the silver part is right in the middle. Twist them nicely, and then take the tube, kind of like push it back slowly, and then boom, as you can see, the metal part, that heat solder, will be right in the middle connecting these wires. So to hold it like this, right? Never want to put a heat gun while holding it like this. So keep it away, turn it on, and kind of just start waving it off a little. We're gonna let this sit, cool off for like about an hour or so. We'll get back to these when we're done with the bike. Alright guys, so I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of the difficult part is mostly done. The only really part is putting on our gloves. Obviously we want to clean the bike, especially with alcohol, on places that we're gonna put our LEDs. Now these LEDs on the back, they're LED strips where when you pull the red tape, there's like a glue material. That's the material we're going to use to push against the bike so it can stick, and we're going to put that all over the bike. So yeah, this part you could do however you like, but I'm going to show you how I do it and a little glimpse of it, so stay tuned. Of course, when installing this, you have this tree of wires. It's always best to disconnect all of them. plan them against the bike accordingly, and then have them be able to be near the wire area that you're gonna have your nest in. So just place them everywhere, make sure they can get routed around the bike without touching certain components. Like for example, like this is something that I ran into. Right, Ellie, I want to put a nice little LED in the bottom, but we have, of course, we have our secondary chain in the way. So what I'm gonna do is, essentially, it's kind of like a different way to do it, but I wire it, kind of put it against the brake, against the brakes, and then have it zip tie in the middle, and then from the middle have the wire go up. Now these are just the ways that I do it, right? I'm not saying that these are the best ways to do it, but this is just generally how I think I should wire it without having as much not seen as possible, right? Because that's the goal of this at the end of the day. Now that we have our lights finished, I'm gonna put one long strip here, another long strip here. I'm gonna wire it towards the middle, and I'm gonna have one hidden in here and as well in the other side. One long one underneath here because I like the way that it shoots the floor and it reflects very nicely. And then the same on this side over here. Now what I'm going to do is that once I take this receiver, take the peel back, and then with the two-sided padded tape, just push it down there. Once you have this is the main. Make sure that the red and black wires are facing up because this is where it will come up to the pouch. We'll put here. Right now I just like to do this because I like the color look and it makes it look clean. Just take a electric tape and just swirl it around like this. Now I'm gonna use this previous piece. Remember how I mentioned this is like a fender? We're gonna basically put all the wires here, push it up, and then tie it. Let me see if I can get my hand through. Tie it to kind of like the sides or over here, whichever looks cleaner, but you get the concept.
So there you go, guys. That was relatively easy to do. You can get creative however you like when installing these lights. I hope you found some use out of this. Follow, like, and subscribe for more content. And of course, like always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.